lethargic due to the cold weather and the large meal he's got in him right now.
I tell you, as jazzed as I am about this big, beautiful animal, I want to let it digest its meal and go about her business.
Yeah, I agree.
That is very cool.
All right. Little wood frog. Yeah, beautiful little native guy.
Snake!
Another one?
Yeah, water moccasin. Greg! Hear ya! Hey, let him run through there. Let him run through there. Let him run through there. I got it. I got it.
I got a stick now.
Sean, man, good find.
Water moccasins are one of 7 species of venomous snakes found in Louisiana.
That's the white cottony.
Yeah.
Up top, you can see the fangs kind of gently bent back, covered in the sheath.
This isolated island has become a safe haven for a species recovering from the devastation of Hurricane Katrina.
I need to let you go about your business. Come on, little one. You've got a nice kind of tidal mud flat right here. A lot of frogs, a lot of stuff to eat. This is the perfect habitat for that guy.
You know, I know we don't have a schedule, but this man here's on the job.
I'm coming, I'm coming.
We couldn't leave you out here and you'd have to swim through the gators to get back.
I'm good with that. Now you're talking my tune. I could spend a week or 2 out here just on this island.
I think next time we gotta come here, we'll just camp.
You know, the buck, the water, the swamp, the snakes, gators. I had a good time.
After their visit to the 9th Ward, the hunters thought Katrina struck a death blow to Louisiana's wildlife. But to their surprise, with the help of men like Dan Bro, the state's remote bayous are not only surviving, they're thriving.
We ready? You got the directions and everything?
Yeah, you missed a spot on the back wind.
Wildlife's doing well in the bayou, but Hurricane Katrina displaced an estimated 250,000 pets in urban areas. Some of them may still be on the loose, and the python hunters are about to meet a man who catches them.
All right, so heading to Dave Milliken. He runs a rescue and goes on, calls.
How you doing?
What's up, fellas? Welcome to Louisiana.
Yeah.
We're enjoying it so far.
Good.
Really nice. What is it exactly that you do?
I'm a nuisance control operator for the state of Louisiana. I work for myself, got my own business, and it's all about catching nuisance animals. Everything but cats and dogs. Let's go take a look at some things. They got plenty of animals. This we got a bunch of different Louisiana natives, which I believe they're all native to Florida too. And these were all caught and captured out of people's homes too.
Yeah, it's a big animal. When you look at their heads, what do they look like?
An anaconda.
An anaconda. They got that short, massive head.
The most impressive thing I found about the mud snake is that spike on the end of the tail that they use to hold down their slimy prey.
I think I've fallen in love all over again.
Check this guy out. I mean, this is a real close relative to our Florida king. The one thing I've noticed on this guy, though, is texture's a little bit different. They're smoother.
First one I held, I noticed that right away too.
This is the yellow-bellied water snake. Just like our water snakes, people confuse these for water moccasins. And when they get agitated, people kill these things wantonly. It's unfortunate because these things are harmless.
This is yours?
Yeah.
You're ringing.
Wildlife control.
Yes, I just went to my garage and I have a huge snake in my garage. It's huge. I just saw it. It's huge. I don't know, 10 feet. How soon can you get here?
We're gonna head there right now. Y'all wanna go?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go check it out. Let's go see.
Dave has been known to get up to 10 calls a day. With so many animals on the loose, many of them end up on people's property.
Lose them now.
There is a big old snake back by the pool. By the pool pump? Yeah, and I'm not going back there. Get rid of it.
How big is the snake, ma'am? Huge, just a monster, huh?
10 feet long.
Where did you see it?
In the pool pump.
Cold-blooded reptiles need heat sources to raise their body temperature, to move around, hunt, and digest their prey.
That pool pump, that's a heat source, that's a motor that's running.
But what started as a simple snake extraction takes an unexpected turn.
Oh my God, it's gone. Oh no. Oh.
It was in here, though.
Yes.
Nah, you see that? Nice big hole.
Yeah.
Large snake go through this lattice.
Moving out of here.
We got another heat source over here. We got another heat source over here, the hot tub.
What you got?
The hot tub over here.
A hot tub?
Could be another heat source. No, it's good and clean up here. No places to hide or anything.
Be careful poking around, guys. Anything could be under here.
You know this lady at all?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to freak her out, but she left the back door open. Damn snake could be inside.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell her that just yet.
All right. All kinds of debris under here, like old timbers and extra bricks and lawn chairs and all kinds of stuff.
Hey, I got the tail of a berm right here, man, an albino.
He's in this lawn chair.
Got him?
Yeah, he's under a bunch of debris in here.
It's an albino.
Oh, somebody's pet, huh? Here I come. Where's it at?
Hold on, let's see. I'll make sure he can't get under this pool. I got the head. It's coming back to me. Coming back to me.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Albino berms have red eyes and lighter skin than normal Burmese pythons because they lack the darker pigment melanin. This unique lack of camouflage makes them vulnerable to predators in the wild, but popular as pets.
Oh, he's cold.
He's cold. He's real cold.
Well, I can tell you what this guy was just using his heat sensing pits for. He was finding that pool pump because it was putting off heat.
That's right.
And he's in serious need of it.
This python's heat-sensing pits clearly stand out against the snake's pale coloring.
That's way too pretty to be living out here an extensive amount of time.
This animal's lucky this homeowner saw him and called you, Dave, because it wouldn't last much longer out here with these temperatures.
A cold-blooded tropical snake like the Burmese python can't survive Louisiana's winter months.
Let's get him out of here.
Because the state lies further north than Florida, low temperatures here average a frigid 4.4 degrees. That's over 5½ degrees colder than in the Everglades.
This thing's actually beautiful. Look how solid it is.
Oh my God. Oh no. Oh, it's too big. Oh God. Oh.
If we could be so bold, we'd like to stretch this animal out and we'll hold its head. And if you just touch this animal,
think so.
You sure?
Positive.
Look how far away.
Absolutely positive. I do not want to touch it.
Look how far away you can stand from the head while I'll secure this head and you just touch it.
I have never touched a snake in my whole life living in Louisiana. I've never touched one. I don't think I want to.
And today is your lucky day.
Ooh, it is soft.
Yeah, look at that.
That's good.
Congratulations.
Another convert. Before you know it, you're going to be out here wrangling snakes, putting them in buckets, and then you're just going to call Dave and say, hey, I got another one. It's all wrangled for you. All you got to do is pick it up.
Never in a million years. Never.
Sean may have put some of Diane's fears to rest, but she's not a convert just yet.
They're comfortable with the snakes, and that's good. I'm glad there are people like that because I'm not. It's not a relief, it's hallelujah, that it's gone.
Are you interested in providing this a temporary home until we can find its owner?
Hasn't anything I said this whole time made any sense to you? You're a snake lover.
He's a little thick. He just doesn't get it sometimes. So, we'll take him and the steak with us.
Good. Thank y'all so much.
Don't always happen like this.
No.
Especially with snakes. Within the last year or so, I probably caught about a dozen pythons and boas.
Do you think that people let them go, or do you think they were released, inadvertently by the destruction of the hurricane?
It's a combination. I've had actually people admit to me that before they left, before they evacuated, they opened their cages and just left.
The python hunters' animal rescue with Dave and their discoveries in the bayou with Dan suggest Louisiana's reptiles are resilient. Now they want hard numbers, not from the swamp, but from a road that runs through it. The python hunters have found a scientist who's been studying local snake populations.
Good. So you guys are the snake professors?
Yes.
Outstanding.
For the past 7 years, Dr. Cliff Fontenot has been collecting reptiles along a highway that cuts through prime snake territory. The data he collects measures fluctuations in populations before and after major weather disturbances.
Hey, this is good stuff, guys. We do the same thing in Florida. lot of highway cruising, just cruising along the roads looking for dead snakes or live snakes, whatever we can find.
So what kind of changes did you see after Katrina?
At the time, the numbers were really low that we were getting per trip. The day after Katrina, it was 10 times as high.
Wow.
It's flooded everywhere, and they've got nowhere to go except the high ground associated with the road. It looks like it takes about 3 years for numbers to go back down to originals.
So when's the last time that you guys actually picked up either roadkill or live off of this stretch of road?
Last night, one dead one.
I knew I'd like this guy. Roadkill aficionado, snake lover. It doesn't get any better than that right there.
Home brewer.
Home brewer. Yeah, it just gets better and better.
If Cliff's past results continue to hold, there's a good chance of finding snakes tonight.
Snake, snake, snake.
Snakes.
What's that? Look fat like a little mud snake.
I got out first.
I don't think it was that far, was it? Right there?
Look!
Is it a mud?
But the team's elation is a little premature.
What is that?
Piece of tire.
It's not a snake, just some rubber tread.
Be careful, the wires on here will prick you.
We'll see.
Sean, good eye, man, good eye. That was a bummer, huh?
It's moving. Snake, snake, snake.
Snakes.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Juvenile rat snake. Fresh and delicious.
On your measurements, do you guys take sex?
Yeah, whenever it's possible.
We have a professional that sexes dead snakes. He does it by taste.
No.
Well, that's one, right? We know something's moving.
That's a good sign early on.
Let's load up and find more stuff. Okay. Ryan, good spot.
Asphalt must seem like a warm blanket to a cold-blooded reptile. But this young rat snake picked the wrong spot to raise its body temperature.
What kind of temp differential did you have with air and ground?
So the air was around 15 degrees Celsius and the concrete, the pavement, was around 25. Usually at night, the air cools down faster and the pavement stays warmer longer. And since they are cold-blooded species, they come out here to warm up and then they might go back off in order to hunt.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's snake. Snake, there's a dead snake. Pretty sure it was already dead. It was right on the line. Woo, a little more squishy than the last.
Now it's severed the spine completely.
Yeah.
This roadkill is a harmless banded water snake, but it's a dead ringer for a species people fear.
Is this typical for your banded water snakes?
It looks a little bit like the cottonmouths. And the cottonmouths are the main poisonous snake here, really the only one found in this specific area.
Yeah, we see the same exact thing. These things really take the brunt of the persecution for the water moccasin for those exact reasons.
Well, let's bag this one and keep moving. Maybe we can find something alive.
All right, sounds good.
Another 2 kilometers, and at last, the hunters find something that can still slither.
Snake, snake, snake.
Snakes.
Look at that, look at that.
King snake.
That is just a really beautiful snake. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind roadkill, but this is what I came here for.
The king snake gets its regal name because it can overpower and eat other snakes, even venomous ones like rattlers. Like a python, it strangles its prey.
Down south, a Florida king snake's kind of like the prize.
We catch these very, very few often, so you guys got here a lucky night to get
2 Irishmen in the van tonight? That's all it took.
King snakes are on the decline in both Louisiana and Florida due to habitat loss. Finding one here is a good sign the population could be on the rebound.
So when you guys find a specimen like this, do you typically take it back to the lab for more study on it or release it here on the roadside?
Back in the lab, we'll do a scale clip to put a unique mark so that if we find that snake again, we know that we've caught that one before.
We take the data that we need and we come back and release them at the same exact point so this snake can go carry on with its own life again.
Good find, good find. That's a nice one. Hey, thanks for that. That was a good time.
That was great, man. That king snake was awesome. You guys take care and good luck. Keep us posted on the study and how it's going. All right?
It's time to get up close and personal with a reptile of a different sort and size. Louisiana is home to almost 2 million alligators, more than anywhere else in North America. They're the same species as the ones in the Everglades, but these Cajun gators are larger and heavier. Sean and Greg head to Louisiana's oldest alligator farm to see just how different they are, but also for another more personal reason.
You know, we're headed over to Cleaver's, which is rumored to where the blue gators are coming from. And you're supposed to have one there.
I'm hoping that it's larger, it's blue, and it's a male. That's what we need.
Fingers crossed.
The blue is among the rarest alligators in the world. A unique mutation gives its skin a distinct blue color when it's a juvenile. Sean and Greg care for 2 of the only known blues to exist in private hands. But there's a problem. Both of their blues are females.
Well, this is interesting because supposedly he's breeding these at his farm. Mr. Kleber? Yeah. How are you? I'm Sean Heffley, Greg Graziani.
They've recently heard the farm's owner, Harvey Kleber, might actually have a male.
How you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
But first, they've got to convince him to let them see his blue gator.
We hear you have some interesting alligators here.
Yeah.
We've been hearing about these blue alligators in Louisiana.
I got a big mama blue alligator that lays the blue alligator eggs. They don't have alligator eye. They got black eye.
Different eyes.
Down cat.
Well, if it's not too much trouble, we're dying to see that blue alligator.
I got pictures when they was hatched. Y'all want to go see them?
Yes.
Now this is when it was coming out, was first hatched.
Oh, wow, look at that. Different. Look at the eyes on that.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the
You
eyes
still got
on
the
that.
same eye right now.
Very cool. We've seen the pictures. Now we want to see the live one. That wouldn't be too much trouble.
No, ain't no trouble at all. I want to show you how we raise them and all, dude.
Louisiana's alligator farms started as a small industry in 1957. Now, they harvest 170,000 alligators a year, a trade valued at over $12 million.
Harvey Kleber, he's a character.
Definitely you get that Louisiana feeling when you're down here, when you're talking to them. It's slower. Some people may mistake that for ignorance, but make no mistake, this guy's been doing this for almost 60 years.
That's how we grew ours out.
But looking around, Sean and Greg notice this isn't your average alligator farm.
What's the largest gator you have here? You know?
Oh, probably 15 foot. Well, I'd say if I had to guess, close to 3,000 pounds.
Yeah.
The females get a lot bigger.
Large adult American alligators usually weigh around 360 kilos, so this animal is almost 4 times heavier.
You can look at these deer till they're getting old. You see how he bit up on his tail?
Yeah, she's missing the tip of her tail, too.
She tried to get away, and he won't let her get away.
That's a monster right there.
Wow, that is huge.
That is an impressive alligator.
The heads on these things are massive. So some of these alligators are from the 50s when you started.
Yeah, the whole pond's from the 50s.
I don't think there's anything in Florida as big as these things.
No. I want to go inside and see that monster.
Let's go. We'll go look at him. Don't get scared and go pet him now.
Sean and Greg are about to come face to face with some of the largest gators they've ever encountered.
Wow, that is massive.
He ain't gonna move, he gonna stay there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my fault.
Look at the jowls on him, Greg.
This is massive.
An alligator's huge tail accounts for nearly half its length. It uses it to push itself quickly through the water, but also as a weapon.
That's a big animal.
I mean,
He's been around a long time.
his leg is about 8 inches across.
If this guy decided to slap his tail, he's going to take my head off. If we'd walked up on him first, we probably would have said, this boy's ruling this place.
Yeah.
But after seeing that tank that went in the water and that one over there whose back foot's twice as big as this one,
Yeah.
this poor old boy, he ain't got nothing on them. I just want to give him a big hug.
And I haven't seen gators as big as that. Now, we haven't put a tape measure on any of those things, but he's got some of the biggest alligators I've ever seen.
Those two animals that we saw were Goliath. All this talk about your operation, all the gators, still got me wanting to see that blue gator. We go take a look at that thing?
Yeah, let's go look at him.
All right.
Finally, Harvey agrees to break out the prize.
So let's take a look at what we came here for. Is that that blue alligator? Here we go.
Where's that blue?
Yeah.
Oh, look at the eyes, yeah. Dark.
He's still got some blue on him.
Yeah. Is this a male, a female, or?
He's a male.
A male is just what these matchmakers are looking for, to breed with their females.
And how old is this little beast? 4 or 5 years?
This is about maybe 7, 8 years old.
7, 8? Just trying to look at that picture you had of the baby, you know?
Yeah.
Because it was all blue up in here, blue here.
He still got the little blue on his jaw.
Well, you can catch it a little bit in that jaw, but as compared to the baby, in the hatchling in that photo, he's lost all the blue in his throat.
Yeah, and light fingers.
Yeah, toenails are deep.
Most people wouldn't notice such small points. But for breeders like Greg and Sean, these details make or break the deal.
What's an animal like this go for?
I don't know. I mean, just let them make an offer.
Is there anybody interested right now?
Yeah, I got a couple people who want to buy them.
Right. So you might have a couple more people interested.
This gator's eye, nail, and skin colors are called mutations. Unique features that make it different from normal alligators. But doubt is setting in.
I don't think that animal is the same mutation as what we are calling the blue alligator.
I think it's different. That is like a black doll's eye. It's just totally different. That one does not have any signs of blue really on it. That is a different mutation. I will lay money on it.
With none of the defining traits shared by Sean and Greg's blues, they feel Harvey's animal isn't suitable mating material.
Mr. Kleber, I got to thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Well, I appreciate y'all coming.
I'll tell you what, when you get a little bit of time, why don't you come see us in Florida? We'll take you hunting some Burmese pythons in the Everglades.
Can I use my rifle?
Yeah, in season, yeah.
You sure can.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure. Thanks.
Although they're disappointed they didn't get their blue, the visit was still worth it.
Overall, I'm real happy about meeting him and you know, seeing his farm and the animals that are there. And
that one was a monster.
It was huge. It was a good trip. Definitely educational for us.
The python hunters are just about to wrap up their Louisiana excursion when they get an unexpected call. An alligator's on the loose.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hey, Dave, how are you?
All right, man, what's up?
Good stuff.
I just got a call. The lady's got she said about a 5, maybe 6 foot alligator in her garage, stopping her from getting in her car.
This sounds like our kind of deal. Here.
Let's do it, follow me.
Yeah. All right, man.
Wonder how big it is.
If it's a hatchling, it's all you, my dude.
Geez, thanks. I can handle a hatchling gator.
However-
You're gonna allow me to?
However, let me say right now that if there is any kind of genetic mutation, I'm on. I got it. I got dibs.
Here, she's on her way out. Yep. Yep. What do we got?
She says we got an alligator in the ditch.
Louisiana has nearly half of all the wetlands in the lower 48 states. Not surprisingly, the American alligator is the state's official reptile. That keeps men like Dave busy capturing any that stray too close to humans.
When was the last time you saw it?
I was trying to get the mail out of the mailbox and a head popped out of the culvert. And it looked probably a whole lot bigger than it is. But it looked huge to me.
Once they learn the location, the python hunters waste no time.
Did you see which way it went?
Yeah, it's closer to Mikey.
Yeah, he's over here.
See it?
Yeah. About how big?
I don't know. Huge.
Sean, that's definitely you.
That's got my name on it.
I'll hold your feet. Make sure you don't drown.
Hell, Sean can stand up in that hole. So, Sean, have you ever wrestled a gator in a little old hole like that?
I'll bet you the answer is yes, because he's done everything.
I gotta say, I've never culvert wrestled an alligator.
That would be good then.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I was thinking, this is your neck of the woods, and usually when I go places, I have a local guide. So I think I'm gonna follow right on your right shoulder into that culvert.
Nah, that gator can stay there.
I think he just volunteered you too.
Well, I guess it's unanimous. We didn't get to draw straws. We didn't get any of that.
You are the short straw.
Yeah, you're the short straw no matter where we go.
All right, well, I'm telling you, I bought that new head cam, and I'm gonna get something out of it.
You bought a new head cam?
Get this thing, get this over with.
But while Sean is designated the man with the plan, Greg and Michael hatch one of their own.
Greg, that gator's not gonna sit there. He's gonna come out the other side. Let's let him get his ass good and wet. We'll just grab it when it comes out the other side.
I was wondering why y'all was gonna send him in there.
I hear whispers and giggling.
What are you talking about?
Jumping about a bee.
Yeah.
That bee that chased him earlier? That was funny stuff.
Hey, y'all some bull-faced liars, I'll tell you that right now.
You need a light?
Why, you got your iPhone? Got one of the flashlights on it?
I ain't giving you my phone.
I promise I won't get wet.
Yeah, I've seen you not get stuff wet before.
All right, let's go, Commando.
Let's go, girly man, come on.
This is unfamiliar territory for a python hunter. Sean's tangled with gators before, but never in such a tight space.
Holy cow, that's cold.
What's that saying, Greg, about being tough?
You gotta be dumb, you gotta be tough.
That is some bull junk. Oh no! What are you doing? Oh my gas! Oh my gator! Get off my alligator.
That was pretty good, man. I can't believe you did that.
That's how we roll in Florida.
That's exactly how we roll. 2 dry, 1 wet.
I think that's why y'all got more bite cases in Florida.
So what do you think?
Well, he's not as big as I said he was, is he?
Working in law enforcement, I've handled a lot of robberies, and people always tell me the gun was this big. That's all I saw. They couldn't give me a description of the bad guy, just the giant
You're seeing
gun.
him with his mouth closed. You should have seen him with his mouth wide open.
Come down. Look something like this.
No, it was a lot bigger.
Oh, he's shrunk.
Are you absolutely crazy?
You want to touch his tail?
You don't have to ask that question. Didn't you just see him come out of the pipe?
I did, and he's all wet and muddy.
Listen, all over you,
Soft.
Sean.
I didn't expect it to be.
All he wanted to do was get away. When you got in the water and he came right towards us because you were the biggest threat.
Yeah.
He's just trying to get out of Dodge, and that's what they usually do.
This guy looks like he's under the limit, so this can be a relocated animal, can it?
Yeah, we're gonna just get him back into the local water system.
Okay.
A little further away from people's homes, of course, but we're gonna get him back out there.
The guys used this opportunity to examine their wild captive and make a discovery.
Hey guys, you notice the nail color on this animal?
Yes, light.
Clear. And
Clear.
The eyes.
The eyes are very similar to the blue gators that we're working with down there. But I'm wondering, I don't know how much of a mutation that is as much as it is a geographic range.
Can we go ahead and grab a sack to put him in?
Yeah,
Yeah, you got that'd be good.
A released alligator can be stubborn and often return to the same place it was captured. But if it's young enough, like this one, relocation to a suitable habitat usually works.
It was a pleasure crawling through your ditch.
Oh, thank you so much. Guys, I am so grateful. Thank you so much for hooking me up. You guys are the bomb.
After trekking through bayous, highways, and sewer drains, the hunters returned to New Orleans for some final R&R.
Come Mardi Gras, that'd be a great balcony to be standing on.
They even end up finding more pythons in unlikely places.
No, that's a headdress. Look at that.
You don't suck shrimp head, you suck crawfish head.
Crawfish head.
I suck it all, man. It's all good.
That's New Orleans hospitality for you. Then gives you a $5 prawn right on the side of the road.
Nice being Norman.
But playtime comes to an end when Sean gets troubling news from home.
I don't understand what your text message about. Are you saying the heater went out in our house? Yeah, that's an emergency. We've got animals, and not to mention humans. So, all right, well, keep me posted, all right?
Florida's been hit with the earliest frost in 150 years. To make matters worse, the heating unit's broken at Sean's place.
You can come out later tonight when it gets dark and do a temperature check on them.
His son Thorne and wife Jen have had to cover the iguana's outdoor cage with plastic to insulate the animals. But suddenly, things get worse. Florida's cold snap plunges even lower. Sean, Greg, and Michael are in danger of losing all their reptiles.
I think we're getting to the end of our rope.
Yeah, I think it just came to a screeching halt.
Yeah, I gotta get home.
Just as a reminder of that checklist, the tortoises, the iguanas, the heater's on.
Hey, honey, I saw the weather's getting cold. 52 last night.
Potential disaster is looming, and the sooner they get back to Florida, the better.
Hey, guys. Hey. Hey, Jake. Hello. Hey, honey.
Michael's concerned for the dozens of reptiles he has caged outdoors.
So all this cold prep that we did to make sure that everybody was going to be okay, it's working fine. But you got everybody inside okay, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was late in the day, you know, but I gathered everybody up I could and got them inside.
Fortunately, Michael's prized ball pythons are safely stored in his heated facility. One of his snakes even has a little extra energy to burn.
Oh. That's what he does. That's what he does. Well, see? I don't want it to be me. I don't want it to be me the one time he does hit something.
All right, no problem.
Thank you, honey.
All right, there, buddy. There's a pretty girl.
Sean's broken heater threatened all his animals, but his wife Jen was able to get it fixed in time.
I'm glad you guys brought these things in because I was worried about them.
They seem to like it here.
Yeah, they're doing good. They look good.
Greg's adult alligators tolerate the cold better than the vegetation.
Can't believe how quick those plants got hit. Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing it is winter because those are our shade plants for the albinos.
But he gets a glimpse at just how cold things did get.
It's a little cold,
A little cold. It looks like Tennessee up north, yeah.
I'm glad Dad brought the tortoises in. They would have been frozen.
Wow, that is really cold. Hey, baby, thanks for taking care of it for me while I was gone.
You're welcome.
Love you.
Love you too.
Their own animals are doing fine, but now the python hunters' thoughts turn to the reptiles living in the wild.
You know, I'd be really, really surprised to see anything today. As cool as it is out here.
But they face this challenge armed with new information.
Sunspot, but
We may find some indigenous stuff that, in a protected area or windbreak or something in the sun, but pythons, I doubt it.
Louisiana showed them that nature is resilient, even in the most devastating situations. But this early cold snap, coming on top of last year's deep freeze, just might be enough to wipe out the Burmese python once and for all. One thing's certain, it's put an end to this day's hunt.
Is this weather we're having here in Florida, the chances of us finding snakes are getting slimmer and slimmer.
I think you're definitely right. The Burmese pythons, if we get enough freezes to come in here and help them, maybe we can get them gone.
Yeah, well, if we get enough freezes to wipe out the Burmese python, it may drive me farther south as well. I say we wrap it.